My name is Lisa. I'm a working mom living with my husband Gilbert, our daughter Madison, and my mother-in-law in my in-laws' home. After finishing work, I always pick up Madison from daycare and do some shopping at the supermarket on my way home. Those moments are quite therapeutic for me.
So, today, the teacher was telling us the story of Momotaro, but Kent kept confusing it with Kintaro. Then we all started wondering, what would the story be like if we mixed them together?
Wow, that must have been a lively story. So, what happened?
Well, the ogre and Kintaro had a sumo match, and Kintaro won. But in the end, everyone became friends and resolved everything through a discussion.
What was Momotaro doing during the sumo match?
He was collecting gemstones to take back home.
That turned into a quite realistic story, didn't it? This is my daughter, Madison. Driving home while watching Madison's smiling face as she excitedly talks, these fleeting moments were my treasures. Thanks to Madison, we live happily, but amidst this happiness, I had a concern. And that concern was,
Lisa, you're so slow. Hurry up and prepare dinner. You're taking way too long, no matter how you look at it.
I'm sorry, I just got home. I'll start preparing it right away.
You better be quick. This is the problem with modern housewives.
My concern was about my mother-in-law, with whom we live. She's always like this, always finding something to complain about. On top of that, she seems to want to push all household chores onto me, seemingly annoyed that I work. Just then, my husband Gilbert approached. Hey, Gilbert. I'm about to start preparing dinner, but... Gilbert? Hey, can you help with this?
Lisa, are you listening? Don't you dare look away when I'm talking.
Yes.
Really? Can't you even listen to a simple conversation properly?
Gilbert always turned a blind eye when my mother-in-law scolded me. I was growing increasingly frustrated with this life that continued since we got married. Then, one day...
I'd like to introduce you to Elise.
Nice to meet you, I'm Lisa, Gilbert's wife.
So, I've decided to let Elise lodge at our place starting from today.
Wait, what? Lodge?
We have a spare room, right? A friend had been discussing this with me for a while.
Even if you say that.
I'm currently studying to get into medical school. This really helps me out. Thank you so much.
Out of the blue, Gilbert decided to let Elise, a student taking a gap year to get into medical school, lodge at our place. It's true that we have an unused room in our house, but this was all too sudden. Moreover, we have Madison in our house, so I objected.
Please! Elise is really in a tough spot.
I'm in a tough spot too.
I already terminated my apartment lease since I was told I could live here.
Persuaded by Gilbert and with Elise making a fuss, I reluctantly agreed to let her stay, but only for 1 month. After this month passed, it was time to discuss Elise's moving out, but... Gilbert, it's been the promised month, shouldn't Elise be moving out?
No, Elise isn't leaving. We're going to continue living together.
Wait, Elise? Just like that?
You see, while we were living together, I fell in love with Elise.
What?
I realized that Elise is the one meant for me. So Lisa, I want a divorce.
Hold on, are you serious? What about Madison?
I'm serious. Both Elise and I are in love with each other. Right, Elise?
Yes, I want to be with Gilbert forever. I want to be with him without ever being apart.
What?
It's settled then. Elise is young and a very good girl, you know. So, Lisa, you should divorce Gilbert right away.
Even you, mother-in-law, are saying this?
Mom, thank you. I'm so happy you're supporting our happiness.
Wow, I'm super happy. Thank you so much.
I'm his mother. It's only natural for me to support my son's happiness. And honestly, I've always hated how you never listened to what I had to say.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah, Lisa never really took what Mom said to heart.
Being a defiant daughter-in-law is just too much.
Always going out, not fitting the mold of a housewife, too cheeky for a daughter-in-law. In comparison, Elise here is always helping me with various chores. Elise truly is the ideal bride for our family.
Saying that, Gilbert, Elise, and mother-in-law were all looking at me, grinning from ear to ear. Seeing the three of them, I said,
All right, let's get divorced.
Why so compliant? I thought you'd resist a bit more.
Exactly. I really thought you'd say you didn't want to.
actually, I've been considering divorce as well. It's quite the coincidence that both of us thought of the same thing at the same time.
Really? That'll make things easier.
Then here's the divorce paper. Can you sign it?
Always prepared, Lisa. Hold on a sec, okay? There, okay, signed it.
And with that, the divorce is finalized. How lucky that things went so smoothly.
I was expecting more of a fuss. What a surprise. Now I get to be Gilbert's bride. I'm so happy.
I'm taking Madison and leaving. Goodbye. Gilbert, Elise, and mother-in-law did not object at all to me taking Madison. Actually, Madison really disliked Elise. Since she moved in, Madison hasn't grown close to Gilbert and mother-in-law at all. In fact, she never was. Hence, I was able to secure custody without an issue.
Mom, did you pack the green one?
I did. Shall we go to Grandma and Grandpa's house then?
Yay. I love your grandparents, so I'm super happy.
Both of them are looking forward to having Madison over. Let's get in the car. After I submitted the divorce papers, I returned to my childhood home with Madison. A few months later, as I was heading to a certain place, I suddenly received a call from Gilbert.
Lisa, please help me.
No way.
At least hear me out.
What do you want? Always calling me out of the blue.
Actually, some really scary people are at my place right now.
Who are you calling scary, you moron?
Geez, what a wimp. Maybe we should knock some sense into him.
Oh, please, come save me right now.
I won't save you, but I'll come over.
Lisa, you came? Thank God.
Ha, isn't that my sister? What are you doing here?
Oh, hey Noah. What a coincidence. I have some business with this woman named Elise, who cheated with a senior I respect. This woman's been running around without paying compensation. So to make her pay up properly, I came to this house with the boss, who happens to be my respected senior's father.
I was deceived by Elise. Meeting her while she was on the run was fine, but she was a ticking time bomb who hid her true identity and infiltrated my life.
Oh? Didn't you say you always consulted with a friend about her? But meeting her changes the story, doesn't it?
Actually, I met Elise at a bar. I fell for her at first sight and tried to pick her up, but I was tricked.
That's not our concern. That woman said you'd cover her debt, didn't she?
Impossible! There's no way I can afford that.
You divorced me, ready to spend your entire life with her, right? So, you should cover the debt of your destined one, shouldn't you?
I can't. It's not just compensation she owes. Besides the regular debt, she borrowed money from loan sharks too. And apparently, when she borrowed it, she promised on her own that I'd cover it.
It seems Gilbert was easily deceived by Elise, whom he believed was his soulmate. Faced with unexpected claims, the flustered Gilbert.
What should I do?
Like I said, you should just cover the debt for her. But, not realizing you're being used as a complete ATM by someone you thought was your soulmate. Everything Elise did and said up to this point was just to get you to shoulder her debt, you know?
There are guys like you who mistakenly think they're popular with young women.
Lisa, please, I beg you to help me.
Why do I have to help you? You're the one who easily got duped by a young woman and frivolously divorced.
Can't you do something about it?
Impossible. Because I knew it all.
What? You knew everything? What do you mean?
Come on, it's obvious if you look. Think about it. Someone aiming for medical school wouldn't be out partying every day, right? Even with regular college exams, people take breaks but resist partying to study. Elise wasn't studying at all, was she?
I guess if you look hard enough, you might find someone who parties and still gets into med school. But looking at that woman, there's no way she could get into med school.
Isn't it rude to say she can't make it?
Someone who can't even recite multiplication tables starting from the 7 times series going into mid-school. Even if by some miracle she got her medical license, I'd never want to be treated by her.
Well, sometimes really smart people don't know things that average people do, right?
Like what? not knowing what extra broth means for a beef bowl. That woman didn't even know where the clavicle, collarbone is.
If you still believe her, why not try talking about something medical?
Ah. Maybe she doesn't know because she's aiming to be an internist?
Everyone knows where the clavicle is.
Even after all this discussion, Gilbert still refused to believe that Elise was lying. Rather, he seemed to desperately want Elise's words to be true.
Then maybe she just switched from the medical school to another faculty, you know?
Gilbert. Seriously, that's highly unlikely.
You can't really know for sure. Could it be, Lisa, that you're just jealous because I remarried a younger woman and that's why you're saying this?
Huh? There's no way that's the reason. Didn't I tell you? I knew everything. You're being too naive.
You know, sometimes there are guys who get played by women and don't even realize it. Well, from what I've seen, it's less about not realizing and more about not a Strix wanting a Strix to realize.
I see. So even in this situation, you're still defending her.
So what if I am?
It's because you're being ridiculously naive. Think whatever you want about her, that's your business. But remember, I'm here on a job.
It really feels like you're just asking to be deceived at this point. People like you, who believe till the very end, even when they know the whole truth, they still try to believe, which makes discussions pointless.
You're a guy too, right? You should get it. I'm a man, so when I love a woman, I fully trust and believe in her.
And as a result, you're getting deceived.
I don't believe I'm being deceived, sure, I get the debt thing. But maybe she had her reasons and had no choice but to borrow, you know?
If that were the case, she wouldn't have lied about being a pre-med student taking a gap year, right? People lie either because they have something to hide or they intend to deceive.
Being deceived by a woman I love, depending on how you look at it, isn't it a kind of happiness?
This guy is hopeless.
Dude, I bet in about 30 years, you'll be the type to fall for those "it's me. It's me" scam calls.
No matter what was said, Gilbert unwaveringly sided with Elise. At this point, I, along with everyone else, couldn't help but be exasperated. I'm starting to think there's no point in discussing this further. Maybe we should just go.
Why are you leaving? Lisa, you're my ex-wife, remember? Given the situation I'm in, the least you could do is help out a bit.
Listen, we're divorced. We're essentially strangers now. There's no need for us to be involved with each other at all.
But you came to see me, didn't you?
That's not it at all. I came to claim alimony.
Alimony.
You cheated, which led to our divorce. That's only fair, right? That's why I brought my lawyer along.
Ha! Lawyer.
Hello, I'm Noah, the attorney. Lisa hired me, so I came with her.
What? You're a lawyer.
You might have missed it in your panic, but Noah's my younger brother, and he's the head of the Sukato group.
And you. You're part of the Sukato group too.
Nope, the boss of my group, the Kyosuka group, asked me to lend a hand to the head of the Sukato group, so I'm here.
The Sukato group and the Kayasuka group.
Looks like he really wasn't listening.
Paying back your debt will be hard, but you'll also have to pay alimony and child support, you know?
You're kidding, right?
Vaha, finally found you.
Hey, let me go!
Please release me. I have nothing to do with this.
Hiding in such a stupid place.
I get it. The reason Gilbert has been defending Elise this whole time. You've been trying to act cool because Elise and your mother-in-law, who are hiding, can hear the conversation, haven't you?
Well, that's not exactly.
Still trying to save face in this situation? You're such an idiot.
So pointless.
Right now, you look incredibly lame, you know?
Gilbert was consciously speaking so that Elise could hear him. But this situation was certainly no dream.
All right, enough with this childish hide and seek. It's over. Quit babbling in your sleep with your eyes wide open and start working properly. This is business for us, so we expect to be paid back in full.
Especially you.
Eek! I never said I wouldn't pay.
But isn't it unnecessary to repay loan sharks?
Look, those who borrow money with no intention of repaying and just run away are a different case.
The only ones acknowledged as not needing to repay are those who genuinely borrowed with every intention to repay but faced unavoidable circumstances.
The more hands we have, the quicker we reach the payoff date.
Does that mean I have to work too?
Since you assisted in your son's affairs, it's only right you assist with this too. And make sure to repay the compensation for the people you deceived before.
Wah! I thought I'd never be found if I stayed here.
Even if you were in Brazil, I'd find you.
You're scarier than the mob boss.
The boss only looks intimidating.
Please give me a break. I promise I won't run away again.
Then you shouldn't have run in the first place.
Lisa dear, it seems you know these people. Please help us.
I don't see any reason to help someone who claimed to despise me.
I'll apologize for that.
I'll apologize to Lisa properly too.
No matter how much you apologize, the amount owed won't decrease.
In fact, with interest, it will only increase.
Enough talking. Let's get going.
No, I can't.
I'm not involved in this.
Please, Lisa, talk to them and help me out.
Thank you, Mia and Clark, for everything up till now.
No, that's not what I meant.
Quiet. You made these decisions based on your own desires, so don't rely on me. Never show your face to me again. Goodbye. Mia and Clark didn't pay any mind to the commotion from the trio and simply took them away. According to Mia, they introduced them to jobs that come with accommodations where they live and work. The job has strict discipline and irregular days off, so they wouldn't know when they can rest until the day before. After hearing my story, Mia spoke to Clark about the compensation and child support, and not long after, those amounts were deposited into my bank account in full. On the flip side, that amount was added to their debt, so the path to fully paying it off became even longer for Gilbert and the rest. Thus, Gilbert, Elise, and mother-in-law, alongside the young and cute bride, are said to be working hard from morning till night every day, just to repay a large debt. As for what happened to me afterward,
What? Uncle Noah was here. I wanted to see him too.
you see, he just stopped by during his work. And he brought lots and lots of candies for Madison.
Really?
Plus, he said he'd come to see Madison next Sunday, along with Mia.
Yay. I can't wait.
I moved to a family-friendly property and started a new life with Madison. She seems to enjoy living with me, and she's been laughing more than ever. When I consulted with my boss, they allowed me to split my time between coming into the office and working remotely. The company didn't have much overtime to begin with, so my life didn't change much. However, with the option to work remotely, I now get to spend much more time with Madison than before. It truly makes me happy and content to be able to dedicate all my non-working hours to her. When Madison grows up, I hope she remembers our time together as joyful. No matter how busy I am, I'm determined to always put on a smile and do my best in raising her. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more great content. Just click on the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. See you in the next one.